and its importance. The sun and how important it is. The sun deals with your identity. So when they say the sun sign, they're talking about the astrology sign you're born in during that month. So now we're speaking of creativity and self-expression right here. Creativity and self-expression right here. In this house, the fifth house. And this house right here is so important because it's so dominant in my chart. So I got to stress this right here. You see, I express myself. It deals with creativity. I'm so darn creative. And it deals with self-expression, but it also deals with kids. It deals with fun loving. It deals with life. You know what I'm saying? The sun itself is life. And so we talking about self-expression here. Now you got the moon in the fifth house. We're gonna go through all the houses and stuff like that. But this right here is very important. The fifth house. This is the house of pleasures. This is the house of pleasure. This house focuses on pleasures and creating, and also pleasure like being an artistic and dealing with kids. We learn what we find rewarding in the sheer and the act of creating. Not only creating art or creating music, creating some of everything, creating new thoughts, creating new ways of doing things, creating fun, creating excitement. So when you're talking about the sun individual who got a lot of sun in their chart, or if they got a lot of Leo, or if you're a Leo sun, Leo moon, or Leo rising, or your sun is in your first house, I'm talking to you and all those who got dominant sun, because I got my house is dominant. The fifth house is dominant in my chart. The sun house. This is the only house that has the most planets in it. And so this house is very fun. You're talking the good life, fun life, and the fun is in creating. The fun is these people is leaders and they navigate and do things their way because they can be very stubborn and very fixed. So we talking about people who deals with romance, but they also deals with like casual sex. Like they can have sex with this person and that person for fun. So this is the house that deals with fun, where they don't take stuff like very personal because this is fun level. So they're very playful, energetic. But also it's the sun, so it got to be spirit. You see? It's spirit, which is spiritual. Because the sun. But the sun also deal with what? Awareness. These people is very smart because it represents the number one in numerology. So number one is the most powerful number in the universe. And you understand why? Because they were light. And what is light? Light gives us life. This feel good to have life. You know what I'm saying? So this is why this is very important. The sun. The sun is the most powerful planet in the universe. So when we talk about our sun sign, this is like our motivation. This is our spirit. This is our drive. This is what keep us going. And that's why the sun signs a lot of times will outshine the rise and the moon sign, even though you still gonna see them too, because they're very powerful. A lot of times they will, unless you got other stuff in your chart that overpower that sun. You see, the sun is a very powerful planet. And so people who like to have fun, people who can enjoy having fun by themselves, and that's why I can, because I got a lot of planets in this house, the fifth house. I got a stellium right here. So the fifth house is very important to me. Self-expression, artistic, sexual attraction. A lot of ladies be attracted to me offline. I'm telling you. And that's some reason why they holler at me because of the fifth house. I'm like a magnet. But also I'm fun loving. People love how I'm fun loving. And because it's also deal with your self-worth. That's if it's in the second house, sun in the second house. We're gonna get to that. But this deal with self-expression and creativity. And so expressing myself is very important. That's I get it out in some way, in an artistic way. Music. You see, I do some of everything. Acting. These people can act very good. They like sort of like Neptunian placement. So the sun could be the most creative placement than Neptune because the sun is where everything revolves from the sun and the moon. Think about it. The sun and the moon are the two most powerful planets in the universe. So don't let astrologers fool you. The sun is very powerful because look right here. The sun is very powerful, placed in the fifth house. This individual likely to be ambitious, That's if you got sun in the fifth house. We can go through the houses because the sun, Leo is the fifth house. You see? And I got the sun in the fifth house and I got other planets too. We're gonna go through all that. But right now I'm just speaking of the sun in general. The sun, I'm gonna do Uranus and everything else. I might well stop right here in the fifth house where the sun lies, right here. But we talking the sun people, they got the motivation, they got the drive, the willpower. Because you understand, it deal with the solar place, but it also deal with the crown, the sun. The sun on the lower frequency deal with the willpower, give you the ability to take action and stay strong and bold. But also, it's the crown. So we talk the gold position, we talk the sun position. So this is why the sun is very important. You know what I mean? The sun is prosperity, it's wealth, it's living a good life, but want to shine. People want to shine with this placement. They want to be out of the media, like me. They ain't scared to be in the media. You know what I mean? They ain't scared to play their role positions. They know how to put on a good show. They're good entertainers. So even like if they're not in the media, even if they just entertain you, like by phone, you gonna have fun with these people. They will not let you down. You have fun. They'll let you do almost anything because it's fun to them. Everything is about people living their life, fun and inspiration. Inspiration. Inspiration is very, very important with this placement right here. Because anybody got the Leo or the Sun, a lot of that in their chart or in their first house. You got the Sun in your first house, or Leo in your first house, or Leo as your rising, your moon, or your sun. You know, I'm talking to you. And all those who got a lot of Sun dominant in their chart. You know what I mean? Especially if you got Sun in the fifth house. This is the house of the Sun. And that's where my Sun is placed at. And plus other planets. I got a stellium in this house, a Libra stellium. And that's why people consider me as fun loving, entertainer, actor, and also Leo is sort of similar to like Libras a little bit, where they gonna give you great compliments. And Libras and Leo compliment each other very well. So you got to worry about them not giving you a compliment. They're gonna always tell you look good and try to inspire you. I do that all the time to people. Now you understand why. I do that wasn't the Libra by itself. Cause I said, hold up, I'm too crunk. I'm too excited. I know Libra is because Libra is an air sign, it's an upper masculine sign, and it can be fun too, and it is fun. But I know Libras are got some of the same traits as far as creativity and looking good, because these people do look good. And those who got the sun traits, they face shine like the sun naturally. They glow. I mean, those who has a lot of sun in their chart, or the sun, it could be especially their rising sign, since it's the body, they gonna look good. The woman's, the dude's gonna glow. The skin gonna glow, gonna look pretty. Or they got a lot of sun, like I got in the fifth house. Sometimes my skin glow, even though I got a Libra, and Libra skins glow too. So this house right here, the sun, is very important. These people take risks. They do take risks because you got to understand it's fire. Fire is bold. Fire is strong. And so you got the most powerful fire in the universe. Don't let them fool you. You know, I know you hear about Jupiter, you hear about Mars, but the difference between Jupiter, Mars, and the sun is the father. You see what I'm saying? The sun sets it off. You see what I'm saying? Okay, Mars is the action of the sun. It's the warrior of the sun. You see, the sun itself is the father. It's wise. The sun is wise, and the sun is the mind. It's the mind type of fire, like spiritual fire you talk about here, or spiritual mind. But then you talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is more expansion of the mind of the sun. So you got to understand that the sun is the father, but Jupiter in other culture was the gods of the gods. But all this fire energy is very important. But all fire energy is bold. It is that Mars will start stuff for no reason. The sun people could do that when they're on the downside. Because some people don't. The people who got the sun in their child, or the sun child, or the sun people, you know what I'm saying, they can be dramatic too. But they don't care what you think. They don't care what you say. Like, it's easy for me to not care what nobody say and keep moving. Cause a lot of people I be around, it's hard for them to go past what somebody say. But if you got the sun in your chart and it's strong, and you wonder why you confident, why you bold, why you don't care what nobody think, and you keep moving. This is why. This is why. Because you got a lot of sun in your chart. Or you got a dominant fifth house, or you got a dominant the sun planet dominate your chart. You know what I'm saying? So if you got Leo sun, Leo moon, mainly if you got dominant sun, or you got a Leo rising, because this your body. You know what I mean? This is part of your mind and body. So your sun is very important because it's about what makes them feel good physically and emotionally. See, fire is emotional too now. Fire can be very emotional. Like water and fire is more emotional, and earth and air is more thinkers, but all is emotion and all has a mind. So these people want to feel good. So pleasures is very important. They do anything that make them feel good. They don't like no downer. So if they get a bad experience or something, it could be drugs, alcohol, they don't want to mess with it because they don't want no downer. They want something that's gonna bring them up. If they're getting high and it's something make them feel good and this high, they'll stay on it. They want to feel good. Pleasure, it could be eating pleasure, it could be going to the movies, but they always about having fun. They hate to be bored. They gonna do something. These people gonna take action. They got a lot of willpower. So you talking about rewarding, artistic, it's in their blood. Kids, they're good with kids. These people very good with kids, unless they got squares of opposition blocking them from being good with kids. Other than that, these people are some of your most romantic or loving people on the planet, and imaginative, dreamy when it comes to love. So they want to be loved. Love is very important. Just like a Libra. A Venus. Venus is just the female part of the sun. She's a female sun, basically. You see? They didn't tell you that. She's the female sun. It's like in our culture, it's called Aset, goal position. The sun, which is mind, and earth. That's why earth is Taurus. You see? Libra and Taurus will make what? Will make Aset in my culture, which is Haru and Set. It could be played like that, or it could be played like Haru and Haru. So either way, you know what I'm saying? These just divine principles and attributes. So when we talk about the sun is people who bring the light to you. When they on their knowledge, these the one who will do that to inspire you, uplift you. They're all about uplifting. This placement is one of the most uplifting and exciting placement that you could ever have when you talk about the sun. The sun, the sun. I don't people this is one of the videos that people should be on because or most likely they probably already know about the sun, because the sun is just it is what it is. It's all about life. The sun is all about life. It's all about light. It's the L's. Life, light. So now you know life, light, and lit. When we talking about me as King lit, now you know why, because the sun deals with authority. The sun is authority. But it could be the house of pleasure, the house of creativity, the house of expression, the house of kids, the house of casual sex or sexual attraction, but also romance and love. It's the feel good house. That's why it's pleasures. Pleasure basically means feel good. What makes you feel good? And so feeling happy emotions, feeling these people are very happy, very excited, very loving, and very crunk about life. So this what this deals with. And also, like I say, they take risks, so they're very bold. They can fight too. These are your fighters on the downside. They'll fight. They don't care, and they stay isolated from people on the downside, and many more. So when we talking about these people, you know what I'm saying? I got the fifth house. So we talking the sun in the fifth house. First of all, let's talk about how charming the sun is. These individuals so charming, magnetic, and also stylish, where they want to have the best of everything. They want to win in everything they do, but also these people want you to compliment them. Once you give them a compliment, they will return it back to you. They will return it back to you. And some of them, if they don't get compliments, they feel low. They feel down. Sometimes they need other people compliment to or approval. But as long as they don't care about other people compliment and approval, they will win. And so I had to talk to a lot of people who have this placement about that. Even myself at times needed some uplifting to understand that I don't need nobody approval. So once they understand that, they had the I don't care attitude. they're very strong and very bold and will fight. So what you understand how powerful the sun really is. The sun can bring that light to you, make you feel so good. So the same as these people, or they can destroy you. Like the sun can destroy anything on the planet. So you got to understand now on the downside, these people be very destructive. But most likely they're gonna be on the upside because this is mostly a happy placement, the sun. And so the sun is very powerful when placed in the fifth house. And so if it's in the fifth house, like I got sun in the fifth house, no, I got sun in the fifth house. Whoever got this, it means that it's right in this house that it belongs in. So it means that you're ambitious and very creative. Love and sex are very important. Love and sex is very important. But emotional risks are often taken without due thought. And all the good aspects to this is that these people like to be a center of attraction. We know that. They're very creative in whatever chosen field because they create their reality. They create their life. They create. So they don't do good following nobody else's routine right here. And they enjoy life to the fullest. We know that to the fullest. Yeah, of course, they're romantic and loving and affectionate and also caring. They care and they love kids. And if they don't have kids, they might have squares of oppositions. Like I don't have kids, but that don't mean that I don't want no kids. But a lot of people with squares of oppositions to their son like that can stop them from having kids. But I do got sun, I think, square to Mars. You know what I mean? I got sun square to Mars. But these people with this placement right here might don't want to have kids or might have trouble having kids. They might want to have kids, but they get stopped by being incarcerated or something hold them back. So when they have squares of oppositions to the sun. So the bad aspects we know they can go to the screen, of course, and they can love life and be all about life and be all about themselves. They can be headstrong, impulsive, showy, which means think they all that conceited and overconfidence and definitely take risks without caring about the consequences. They can be very dangerous on the downside. The sun when sun is darking on the darker side, shoot. And and also they can be unhappy and very a problem child. They can be the problem child because I'm problematic on my downside of the sun. Now, let's talk about when you got the sun in the houses. You know what I mean? Because this is some of the most beautiful people on the planet. They look good when we talk about the sun people, because this is the house of creativity and expression. And so when we talk moon in the fifth house, these people definitely got when the moon is in this house, the moon is all about their emotions, are all about fun, creativity, all about, you know, the way they have fun is through expression, is through their emotions. So you got the sun and the moon together. That's mom and father. When I think of it, this mama in the father house, mama having fun, mama having fun in the father house. Ain't that something? Emotions having fun in the spiritual house. So you can just see a mama dancing. So when you think of the moon in this house, you see her dancing. So you the type of individual who dance, who like to party, who love to be creative. That's your emotion expression. So if you express yourself like that, ooh, you be a fun loving person too. It's all about living people, inspire people, and that's your thing, and that's your hitting side. Your hitting side is that you very fun loving. But so when you comfortable with somebody or you comfortable, this is where you feel good at most when you got moon in the fifth house. Moon in the fifth house, where you feel comfortable, you want to have fun. This is part of your emotions. So if this is part of your emotions, it means that this is what you truly want. Because the moon is the powerful force than the sun. You see? Because the moon goes deep within. So this is the reflection. These are your emotions. And so you want to do these things. You want to dance. You want to party and have sex and casual sex and not be attached to people. Your emotions. So it's part of your emotions. And you want to honor the ancestors and cheer and give honor and praise and being a psychic or picking up on people's emotions is easy to you. This is what you do for fun, inspire people, motivation. See, so kids definitely you can be close to your kids. Kids is very important here. You inspire kids, you love kids, and you want to do activities with your kids. Sometimes you don't want to let your kids go and stuff like that there, because that's what this deals with. The mother getting attached to her kids right here. She very enthusiastic when it comes to her kids. Now, let me see which way I'm going. We're going to get to the bottom. We're going to go to, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to start. Okay, Mercury. When Mercury is in the fifth house, this is how you think. This is how you think when Mercury is in this house. This is how you communicate. You communicate fun. You think of fun. You communicate about sex. You can talk about it all day and have fun with it. You communicate about kids and like to talk about kids. When you got Mercury in this house, this is you like gaining information for fun. For you, information is fun. Uh, Hearing other people's thoughts is fun. Mental stipulation is fun. Communication is fun. This is fun to you. Um, Creating ways of communicating is fun. Creating new ways of thinking is fun. Always changing up. You can be a great actor, a great comedian, very funny, and expressing yourself is very fun because this makes you a great speaker, motivation speaker, a true speaker, everything else. So now we're gonna go to Neptune. When Neptune in the fifth house, you got spirituality in the fifth house. Spirituality is fun. So you got psychic ability in the fifth house. This is something you do for fun. You look up things that deal with psychic ability or close to things like that for fun. And so definitely you clever and you super creative because this add more creativity to you. Just like you got sort of like the Sun and Pisces mixture right here. So this what you love to do for fun, acting, entertaining. You know what I mean? This what makes you feel spiritual. This makes you feel comfortable. This open up channels like psychic abilities when you have fun. You know what I mean? So doing things like that, but also you can get into habits for fun. So watch out for that, like drugs, alcohol, and do things like that. And but since you're in the sun house, you most likely gonna have fun. Ain't no stopping you. There's no limitation when it comes to your imagination. There's no limitation when it comes to your psychic ability, your gifts, because you have that fire with it. This house here will give you the confidence to carry out your psychic gifts. And so people's in this house here, when they got Neptune in the fifth house, they most likely gonna carry out their psychic gifts because they have fun doing this. They have fun doing this, and that fire gonna bring it out. Cause that fire is bold. So they're gonna bring their gifts out right here. So they're not scared to be themselves. Cause this house about being yourself, but also about others. So it's about that oneness, connecting, loving yourself, and also connecting with others, bringing that oneness together. So creativity ain't not but a thing to you. Have imaginary friends, imaginary, and staying in your mind, being a playwright or a screenwriter. This is what you love to do. Entertainment, excitement, joy, the life of a party. This is how you feel spiritual, but just watch out to be into them habits, because most likely you could be into habits. Because this is all about the fun, the party life right here. We got Neptune in here. This is spiritual. This becomes spiritual. This becomes divine right here. Now, we got Uranus in this house, the fifth house. Oh, this because you got to understand now. I got Uranus in the fifth house, but I also had Mercury in the fifth house. I forgot to tell y'all that. And Mercury have a unique way of having fun and gaining information, doing it for fun. So I got the Sun in the fifth house, Mercury in the fifth house, Uranus in the fifth house, Pluto in the fifth house. Now check this out. Now when we speak of Uranus in the fifth house, we talking about people who love to be unique for fun, who love to invent things, come with ideas for fun, who are the ones who do this for fun, who love to challenge your thoughts and challenge your thinking for fun, who will combat you and be rebellious for fun. This is fun to them. Like stuff that's different is fun. Scientific mind is fun to them. This is what they love to do. Their creative expression is off the Richter scale because they come up with different shit that you never thought of right here. Because these people here, as you see, they do this for fun. They like to be to themselves. So these people can be to themselves because they deal with what? Individuality. But also, as you see, look, beautiful people. So it's just different. Uniqueness is their fun. And so they want you to be unique. So they want to inspire you to be unique. They want to inspire you and motivate you to be different, to be yourself. So they don't like fakeness attitude because they are unique. So right here, they can beat themselves unless they got squares of opposition that's stopping them in this house. So they gonna have a humanitarian mind and debates about politics and what's going on in the world for fun. See how I'm expressing myself, keep changing up. That's how you know I got a lot of fifth house in me. That's my dominant house is the fifth house. But when we talk about also the claircognizant, they know because the fire, which is Leo, which you understand about the planet Uranus and the sun, they can work together because they're supposed to be ops, like Aquarius and Leo is ops, but Uranus and the sun can work together. You know what I'm saying? When they come together, it creates a balance here because they fun gonna be in their higher mind. Uranus, they fun gonna be claircognizant. I know. They're gonna read you. They're gonna be a social worker. Gonna give you that good advice. They're gonna do this for fun. See? So we got Mars in the fifth house. Ooh, this gonna add more fire, fire, and fire. It's already fire. That's too much fire. The warrior attitude for fun. They like drama for fun. They can fight for fun. They can do, yes, they can fight for fun. Let me say this again. They might be a boxers. These are your boxers. These are the ones who would do it for fun. These are the ones who would do martial arts for fun. They're gonna do activity. They can't just sit around. Oh, there's too much fire, too like explosion here. And so these people here is very strong, but also they definitely love to party. They love to do their own thing, and they can be very selfish here. Cause Mars can be very selfish, and they want to get things done their way. You know what I'm saying? They think their way is it, but they also go getters. So it's just they stop at nothing because they can be very ruthless to accomplish their objective, and nobody want to mess with nobody like this, especially if they like wild animals right here. Cause Mars can be very wild and very vicious. But it's in the fun house. It could do sex for fun and go do it for days and go on. Got the persistent, got the determination, and got the all that energy. So much energy. Mars already energetic, just like the sun. Ooh, man, these people are very energetic. They can work somebody on the table in the bed, and they can work somebody in the table when it come to work. So it don't matter what it is. These people can go. They can do a job, but they'll wear themselves out. But it's gonna be hard to do that though. So sickness is very rare. Right here, it'd be hard for these people to get sick. They can get sick, depending on what else you got in your placement. If you got squares of oppositions to it. But this is a very powerful placement right here because this deals with the life force. This deals with the bloodline. So they're gonna look very young. They're gonna look very sexy. They're gonna look very artistic, and they're gonna do what they want to do. It's like I do what I want. Nobody gonna tell them what to do. They're gonna be authoritative anyway. So this is authoritative placement. We got Mars in the fifth house right here. So creating something new, doing things like that, strategizing on going to war tactics. They got all that. Strategizing on anything. Very organized, very structured. They can carrying out their plans. They do it easily. Cause Mars is the one that do that. It's a strategize. But it goes get what it wants, and it's impulsive. It's explosive. So, but it's a warrior. Mars can protect you. It will fight for you. It don't care if it's 5 people, 6 people, right here, unless they got squares of oppositions to this or something else taking over in your chart. So when you got Venus in the fifth house, you got love in the fifth house. This is love, all about beauty. In this house here, the way they have fun is love and beauty, expression. Anything that's beautiful, they love it. I mean, they're attracted to anything beautiful. It could be people, it could be souls, it could be artwork, it could be the house, it could be the land, it could be water, it could be air. Anything that's beautiful, they're gonna be attracted to. But also, they're attracted to kids. Their love deals with love for the kids, love for the way they grew up, and so this was a very loving placement right here. They're full of love. Your empathic ones. They're so empathic when it comes to life, because this is the house of life. Because Venus already the good life. So we'll have fun in this house. Because sexually, Venus just want that one person, mainly. But in this house, Venus can experiment more. You know what I'm saying? So these people can experiment more in the Sun house, in Leo house, without being afraid, because they have that confidence, that energy, and they want to experiment. And so romance, Um, very romantic, yes. And so this is the house full of energy. So the energy go to love, the energy go to beauty, the energy go to arts, the energy go to the culture, it goes to the kids, the energy go to sex. They all be in a sexual mode, fantasize about sex. They be in a imaginative mind. They want that love that nobody never had, nobody never saw. So we talking about Venus right here. This could be the most beautiful placement. So also, the empathic ones can feel your energy, feel your pain when dealing with love, but they got to open up their chakra when they're dealing with love. So you got them in the sun house is very powerful. And also, like, this is the female in the fifth house that deals with love. But this here, Mars gonna carry it out. Venus will fantasize about it, but Mars gonna carry it out. See what I'm saying? Because Mars is also sexity is high, energy is high, and when it's in the sun house, the fifth house. So Venus drive is high too, but they can fantasize more than anything and catch them on natural orgasms and stuff like that. Just like Mars could too. These are energetic. So both of them deal with love. One is masculine and one is female. But they're in the sun house, shoot. Come out. Come out. Come on, you. There you go. Now, they're very energetic. So we talking about love area, they would do good when talking about love and stuff like that. The fifth house itself represents creativity, self-expression, offspring. I'm gonna go over it again. Your romanticism. Anytime you want to look in them areas when talking about your sex life, creativity, love, expression, uh, um, and stuff like that. Your willpower. Check out the fifth house and planets in the fifth house, or check out the sun. If you got a dominant sun, that what it's about. So also the fifth house represents the area in which your personal energies can be released into the world, because deal with your willpower and to deal with energy itself. So just like your motivation, give you the motivation, the confidence, the willpower to go get something or do what you got to do and to stand bold and strong. What this is the sun. I said that, but I forgot this Uranus. Okay, Uranus. Back to Uranus. Well placed. This is a well placed placement right here. It say children with this placement may be exhausted for their parents, be to everything with too many hobbies and interests to count. But right here it says it encourages creative potential and adds originality, which means uniqueness and brilliance to the end product. Okay, the good thing about this is that it, that you will have the ability for brilliant creative ideas, and also your romantic life won't be like the norm. It'll be off the Richter scale that nobody never heard of, and how you be into romance will be different. It won't be like everybody else relationship. That I mean, and you got a strong desire for pleasure, especially something that's different, like I said earlier. So now, what I got to go? I got to go red. Hold up, red. I did the moon. I got to do Saturn. Saturn. Saturn in the sun house. Now Saturn is the hardship energy. It'll be hard for these individuals to have fun in this house, but once they get alignment, because there'll be a lot of conflict and emotion with Saturn in the fifth house, fighting between having a good time and being responsible. Because this is like a battle. Like I want to have fun, but nah, I got to be serious. See what I'm saying? Saturn gonna take them through a hardship until later on in life. They will go through some stuff in this house. They're dealing with fun. They're dealing with creativity. Or people saying they or they might be afraid to express themselves, or afraid to have fun. Like that there. That what this deals with. Hardship. And so right here, to carry out the sun energy, life could be difficult in this house. Like, but through discipline is how they win. As long as they got a balance right here that creates discipline, they'll win. They can have a good time, but also be serious. See what I'm saying? They could be organized, but also free spirit floating around. So right here in this house here, this is what they need. This is how they come into tune with themselves. Because Saturn want to master this house. So how they master anything in this house is through uh going along in this house, going along with fun activities, and don't be so hard upon themselves, and don't be so serious, don't be so hard working all the time. You know what I mean? So they want to master anything that deal with kids in this house, anything that deal with creativity, anything that deals with what this house represents, which is romance. They want to master this placement. So they will have a hard time in romance and love. They'll have a hard time having sex. They'll have a hard time with dealing with kids until they come into balance in this house. We got Saturn in the fifth house. Now, Jupiter in this house. This gonna expand a person luck in this house. We're dealing with fun. So how they look happen is by them having fun. How they look happen is dealing with kids, them aspiring kids. Also, how they look happen is them being adventurous, exploring in this house, doing things that deal with fun, trying out all type of things. So this here give you the goal attitude to have fun. We got Jupiter in the fifth house. So when Jupiter is in this house, you know what I mean? These people can be very lucky, fortunate. They could be very prosperous. Out of nowhere, money just coming. They don't know where it's coming. They could feel like they broke 1 minute. Next thing you know, money just coming to them. Because Jupiter gonna bring that in this house. That fortunate. Jupiter gonna bring the expansion of consciousness and mind, the expansion of spirituality in this house. So Jupiter already have it. It's gonna make these people too happy, too excited. Sometimes they can miss a beat because they can be too hyperactive in this house. That when they talk about having fun, have a big personality. When dealing with fun, we're dealing with kids. We're dealing with creativity. So that they're there, but the creative skills going to expand. Everything in this house going to expand. We're dealing with Jupiter. Even their clairvoyance mind going to expand, and claircognizance mind going to expand in this house. So they can have great fortune. We're dealing with fun. We're dealing with being in the media. We're dealing with fun and being in the media. Now I got Mercury in the fifth house. I said that. I already did Neptune. I got to do Pluto. Now, Pluto, when you got Pluto in this house, this is so the light is power. The light is power, creativity is power, sex is power, kids is power. So sexual attraction is powerful in this house. Also, they want to do the hidden knowledge, like researching, dissecting the coding thing is power. Tapping into the unknown is power. Breaking the taboos of life is fun and powerful to these people. So this is how they have fun. They're very fearless in this house because you got the sun and light. The sun and light in this house. So when you got the sun and light, you got the light and darkness. These people not scared of nothing. And I got Pluto in the fifth house too. It's part of one of the planets I got. So their power would deal with fun. Their power would deal with spreading the truth and dissecting the code and thing for fun. They always researching, very obsessive. So in this house here, claircentient is their power. They can just feel the energy. They just know. They're highly intuitive, highly psychic. So this is their power. And they do this for fun. Like look up psychic ability, look up things that's unknown to the normal people. They do this for fun. Like researching, they do this for fun. Scientific minds, like exposing the truth. They do it for fun. Being up on that knowledge. They do it for fun. Like they're not scared to talk about sex. They're not scared to talk about nothing that deal with the dark side, even violence. They're not scared to talk about none of that. That don't mean they into it, but they're not afraid to talk about it. Like some people say, I don't change, but they still scared to talk about uh violence or what they did in the past because they think it's gonna trigger them to go back to that past. But see, those who got Pluto, once they change, they know that even if they talk about it, it's not gonna trigger them to go back because that's just how strong they is. So they can talk about anything with anybody when you got Pluto in the fifth house. And also, I got Sun conjunction to Pluto. So Pluto is part of who I am. So so the sun is power in this house. The light is power. Wisdom is power. Truth is power. Creativity is power in this house. Okay. Then let it out. Got Venus. I did that. I did that. I did all everything else. Ain't too much I can say more on this topic because the sun is just powerful. Like you talk the good life, fun life, creativity. I told you the main thing: romance, love, sexual attraction, attraction itself. People attracted to these people because they fun loving. You know what I'm saying? People are always attracted to the sun people in general, as a whole. Some people is very attractive, and there's no way around it. You know. So anybody who got a conjunction like conjunction to like sun conjunction to Uranus or something like that, sextile or trine, they'll feel the same energy effect, easy aspects, unless they got squares and oppositions. If somebody got sun conjunction to Mars or trine or sextile, they'll feel the same effects like that there, unless they got uh squares and oppositions. The squares of oppositions is the ops, so it's gonna be more painful. They had to go through it to over. They got to overcome them to win. So basically, this house here, these people go get it. Whatever they got their mind set to, because the mind is power. Think of number one. When you think of this house, when you think of the sun, think of number one. Think of number one. So this is the fifth house. So think of the number five. Think of number one in numerology. Think of number five for the fifth house. Five deal with expression. You know what I'm saying? In numerology. So I'm saying it deals with expression, deal with the free spirit. So definitely the free spirits. Number one, deal with being a leader. You see what I'm saying? So being a leader, uh, the ones who people most like to put in a leadership position. In numerology, number one is the leader of all. The sun is the leader of all the numbers. So those who got a lot of sun in there, they're gonna be leaders, their own leaders. They're not gonna follow nobody else. Just like Pluto. Pluto is number nine. Number one and number nine is similar, and number nine is also Mars. So people with these type of personalities, especially the sun is more happy, more go getter. They got to have a goal to accomplish. So these people got to have a goal to accomplish when we talk about the sun. They got to have some type of goal. They're gonna have something to work on. They got to have a cause to fight for. So these people are going to have a cause, something to accomplish. Success is very important to these people. Success, just like the 10th house of Capricorn, they could be very career oriented. You know what I mean? Because number 10, we add it up, is one. So the number one itself is goal oriented. They will accomplish. And they hard workers. The sun is hard working too when they got their mind fixed on something. Because this could be very fixed individuals. So we speak to the sun, as long as it's positive, they fix on, they'll be good. Because if it's negative, they can be very destructive on the downside. So we talk the sun house, you know what I mean, self-expression, creativity, artistic. You know what I mean? Kids is very important. Or also being like a kid, laughing, joking, playing. The ones who play all the time, check out the sun house. The one who joking all the time, check out the sun. Or see if they got Leo in their chart, or a lot of Leo or a lot of sun in their chart, or the sun in the first house. And check out how many planets they got in the fifth house, or if they got the sun in his own house, which is the fifth house. See, I got the sun in the fifth house, Mercury in the fifth house, Uranus in the fifth house, and I got Pluto in the fifth house. All of that in the fifth house. So I understand. So these people like to be a center of attention. They love that. Very creative. So your creative artists who always being creative. The one got the creative mind, create their own opportunities, create their own arts. It could be anything creative. That's the difference between Neptune and the sun. The sun, anything creative. They create their life because they deal with life, so they create life. So I know a lot of people say Neptunian is the most creative. I say the sun. I can challenge anybody. The sun, or we can just say both. You know, because I don't really like to put one against the other. So we can just say both because when we look at numerology, the sun is number one and Neptune number seven. I'm a life path seven. So when you all they deal with the mind numbers, they call the mind number one, five, and seven deal with the mind. You see, in numerology, one, five, and seven is psychic numbers. They deal with the mind. Three, six, and nine is creative and spiritual numbers. Uh, 2, 4s, and 8s are earthly, go getters, practical. Um, and so you see the fifth house. Number 5 is a mind number. See what I'm saying? The sun is number 1. You know what I'm saying? So super creative. Then when you think of number 5, you also think of Mercury. That's why Mercury have fun right here in this house. Mercury have fun debating and coming against thoughts and gaining knowledge in this house here. That's why Mercury do good in the fifth house. You know what I'm saying? Cause Mercury gonna party and use his mind to party, use his mind to create and speak and talk about it and speak on it and crank it up. Use the voice. And do Mercury gonna do his writing, speaking, everything it takes. Uranus right here is gonna be unique in this house. You know what I mean, they gonna have fun with the kids. You know what I mean, they gonna love. They also these people gonna be very brilliant. As kids, they were very brilliant and different, and they feel like they're from a whole another world. They're gonna have so much fun. So when we talking about, okay, we said Uranus, Sun. I did all of them, but I'm just going back through them. I mean, and Venus in this house, love is the answer in this house. Love is fun of them, and this they look at a lot of love movies, a lot of romance, read a lot of romance novels, unless they got something blocking them in this house. So Mars got the heart. Sex is very powerful. They catch natural orgasms. They're like Pluto. So in this house here, they got a fiery attitude. Go get her. Leadership very important. You know what I mean? They can't follow nobody, ride nobody coattail or follow nobody else. They got to do their own thing. So they can be very selfish in this house too, even though they warriors in this house are fun. Being a warrior is fun. Like I said, they might fight for fun, do this for fun. So basically, this how it works, you know. So Neptune can express itself in this house. It's creative. So almost any planet could get along with the sun. They could in this house. You know what I mean? Because in the sun house gonna bring out your hobbies. Gonna bring out your hobbies. What you like to do for fun, recreation. What you do. So for recreation, these people gonna be imaginative and imaginative mind. Creating cartoon characters and stories and stuff like that there. And also they're gonna do stuff like party for fun and want to feel good for fun. That's the spiritual essence. Go out in nature and play in the water, jump in the water, near the water somewhere. You know what I mean? Something like that. So, or they're gonna create art or music. You know what I mean? So for fun. And Jupiter, right here, Jupiter gonna spread his knowledge for fun, be into knowledge, and be very spiritual, and they're gonna prosper. You know what I mean? They're very lucky when it comes to having fun, unless you got something blocking you, like squares of oppositions. So Jupiter gonna expand this house. Everything gonna expand in this house. Their love for the kids, their love for knowledge, their love for joy, their love for life, their love for everything gonna expand in this house. So even their fortunate, even their wealth. So some of your wealthy people look at this placement. Um, Saturn right here, people have like a hard time in this house right here. I mean, until they balance it out right here. So these people here might go through it, but they will accomplish sooner or later in this house right here. And so they will have conflict between having a good time and being responsible, and between being serious and fun loving. But after they master it, they be good. So their fun will be disciplined. Saturn fun will be disciplined and organized and structured and doing things that deal with the Saturn traits like analytical work, desk work, making sure that things in order, business. This is what they do for fun. Handle their business. This is what they do for fun. Don't get me wrong. Doing jobs. This is what they do for fun. Working. This they recreation, cleaning up the house, cleaning up this, doing something with their hands, being a craft person, carving and doing art like that. Um, and Pluto, like I say, Pluto is power. So they do this for fun, like drama for fun, like being a mastermind for fun. Like these are some people who play a lot of mind games with the Pluto place right here. A lot of people be thinking that Mars is more powerful than Pluto. Really, none of them is powerful than the other. But Pluto got his. The reason why I say Pluto can be the most dangerous, Because you got to think Pluto deal with power, and plus it, it it thinks it's the mastermind. See what I'm saying? Mars can have the animal like nature be out in front. Mars people they dramatic and they got heart, but it's like, and they can strategize too. But if they're in the animal state, these people just want to do it and get it over with. But Pluto can have revenge for you for a long time and plan your death and have fun with it and laugh with every fall, with every inch, because they on the dark side. So that's the difference between Mars and Pluto. Pluto is like the masterminds, the ones like master criminals, like who mastermind the banks and mastermind this. So I know a lot of people saying that, so I got to explain the difference. Now, you let people have their own opinion, but at the end of the day, all they do check out people who has this placement, and they'll see how it correlates. So here you go, creative self-expression. That's a DNA thing I was doing about the hair types and stuff like that. I'm into all, I do knowledge for fun. You see why I got all these planets in the fifth house. I do all this for fun, recreation, knowledge, and information. I got a stellium in the fifth house. I got five. I got my north node in here too. So I got Uranus in the fifth house, Mercury in the fifth house, Pluto in the fifth house, and I got the sun in his own house. That's a powerful placement. So anytime you're talking about be awareness, consciousness, bringing the light to people, I'm gonna say inspiring people or inspiration, motivating people. You talking about this house here. Anytime you're talking about fun loving, anytime you're talking about like kids, like people who love kids and people who want to have kids and people who love who all about love and those who all about romance and those who all about sex. You talking about this house here, who do it for fun, casual, do these things for fun. You talking about this house. You talking about this house right here. Those who very powerful and confident and who like playful, cheerful, very creative, very expressive. This house. Those who love to be in the media and the spotlight, it's this house or the sun. It's either the fifth house or the sun itself. So those who got a lot of sun in their chart or Leo. So this who you talking about. Those who ambitious, those whoever whatever they set their mind to will accomplish. You talking about Leos or you talking about the sun people. So those who headstrong and apostles on the downside, who don't give a up on the downside, who don't care what nobody think on the downside, some of these people. But also those who could be weak minded if they're not on the upside. You talking about these people too now. Don't get me wrong. Those who love life, but they do things to the screen. You talking about these people who has sun. The sun, a Leo, or it could be Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising, or sun in the first house, or who has sun in the fifth house, who has a dominant sun in their natal chart, or you're talking the sun in general. So if you want to know about it, just check out your sun. It deals with your motivation, your spiritual essence, and who you are. It deals with life. Because the sun means life, light. See what I'm saying? Lit. So love, all the L's, you see? Now you understand. Those who are all about the good life and pleasure, anytime you're talking about you want to know about your pleasures and your hobbies, check out the Sun House. And so I'm about to get up off this live, beautiful people. I think that's all I need to say about the sun. And those who feel this in their face or wrists, look at the Sun House. Those talking love affairs, the playboys and playgirls, look at this house. Because these people run in and out of relationships unless they got other stuff to help them out. So you say you got stellium in Libra. Okay. Check out my other videos. Um, Also those who got potential for creativity. So check out this house for all of that. For all of that. This is the house for hobbies, for recreation, what you like doing for fun, stuff like that. How you express yourself. This is the house. What you want to accomplish, your goals, your ego. This is the house. Your motivation. your inspiration. Now you see how powerful this house is? I know you said, woo, all the things he said is some powerful things I'd be interested in. And those who like actors, performers, entertainers, comedians, this is the house. Now people understand why I could change the beat and change the tone and come many ways. Because this the house that's dominant in my life. Ambitious. So you can be ambitious in this house. So this is the house. The house go to the screen. The house that express themselves. So it depends on what you got in this house. I got the sun in his own house, and plus I got, like I said, Uranus, Mercury, and Pluto. I can't lose, and plus I got my North Node in this house. It make my North Node easy because I got other planets to help me out. I'm already a Libra North Node, and my Libra's in the fifth house. My Libra is my love is having fun. So I ain't got to have Venus here, just like I got Venus here, because I got Libra. Libra air, Libra thinker in this house, Libra expression in this house. So Libra will have flavor in this house. Like me, I don't have to have the most expensive outfit. I can put an outfit together because I'm very creative and color coordinating. See what I'm saying? You see that in my videos, color coordinating. So very expressive. This is the house of creativity. Like these people can look like a millionaire. Like people think I'm rich sometimes because I put things together. They think I got money like that, but I don't. You see? You see? When you're creative like this, you can hook up anything in your life. You could change your house around, make yourself look rich or feel rich and everything else. This house here bring you can bring a whole new life, a whole new life to yourself, a whole new meaning, not only to you but to people too. So when people like, dog, this person here, how they do that? How they get so creative and they're not even rich. People think they're rich. They think I'm rich and stuff like that. This dude just create his own jewelry, his own this, his own, and the way he move with style, with flavor. You see, this house here is their house. Leo shine. This the sunshine. So these people like to be in the spotlight. Your models, all type of model, fashion, design, clothing, sex models, or whatever you want to say. These are people who don't mind being in the spotlight. You love the spotlight. Period. So this is the house. They don't mind like and they want to show their love to you. They're very giving too, generous. The sun people, you know what I mean? But unless they're on the downside, they can be very stingy. You know what I mean? But other than that, being in the media, it's no problem for the fifth house, the free spirit, the self-expression one, the one who connect with people easily, the one who all about love, and also the sun is lucky. Not only Jupiter, I've got to tell you that the sun is lucky too. I don't know why he never said that part, but the sun is lucky, got his own lucky energy because fire, uppity, happy energy. You see, it's all about the offspring. It's all about affection. So you want to see about love. This is the house of love, so do good in this house. Venus do good in this house too. Basically, the fifth house has a lot because it deals with love, that deals with Venus. It deals with sex, that deals with like what Pluto deals with. It deals with fun, with all the fire signs deal with. It deals with kids, where kids with Venus and other planets deals with. So this house here, a lot going on in this house right here. Or the sun itself. The sun could connect with anything, just like it connect with every sign. Just like the moon can connect with everyone. That's why the sun and the moon is the most powerful planet. The sun is the father and the moon is the mother. So now you understand. So with this being said, I think I'm out. Beautiful people, share, like, and comment and subscribe to my channel. Is I'm becoming a YouTuber? I don't know. But I don't usually say this, but do that and I'm out. Thank y'all and I love y'all.